I'm on the water, I'm not thinking about my exams. I'm not thinking about the fact that I was up until 1 in the morning, had to get up at 5:15 the next day, 4 hours, 5 hours of sleep max. It's a challenge to be able to put 100% of what you have in each major, in each class that I'm in, and practicing out on the water every single day.
Carolina's story began 4 years ago.
When I made it to UCLA, I was ecstatic. I was like, this is the best thing that's ever happened to me. And then thankfully I found the rowing team found me, and I tried out for the team. There was a 2-week tryout process every single day for 1 hour. I think they saw that tenacity in me. They saw that I came to every single day to practice, that I learned. I tried to apply as much as all the information I got, and I was one of the ones chosen at the end of the 2 weeks. That Saturday was my first day out in the water, and that's when I fell in love with rowing. It changes everything because we were on the ergs, the rowing machine, every single day, and to see all the girls in sync, rowing in a beautiful rhythm together, I just fell right in love. And then that's when I realized how difficult it was. That it's not just beautiful, it's not just, a great team sport, it's just so demanding on the body from head to toe, a full body workout, every single stroke you take.
It's very interesting to me, the physical demands of rowing and other sports, because there's tasks that you think are so easy, but become so difficult. Climbing stairs, brushing your teeth, walking to class, you're like, oh, I can't make that trek, but you have to make the trek in order to succeed.
But the daily challenges faced by student athletes extend beyond the physical.
So the standard for student athlete, I would say, is exactly the same as any other student. The only thing UCLA is asking us to do is when we get a letter, they have to go to a competition or something special, then they are excused from class. But that's the only thing they're excused from. They're not excused from homework. They're not excused from catching up, and we don't give them makeup exams or things like that, even if they're tired from competition. They just have to come to class.
They have to be extraordinary young women because the time demands on the academics, which always come first at UCLA, are extremely high, and the time demands of a sport like rowing, it's an endurance sport, so we train the NC2A allotted amount of time, and we have to.
Time management is crucial when your days start before sunrise.
Every morning we got to get to water, so we take a bus that leaves campus at 6, and 5 mornings a week they're out on that bus going to practice before most students are awake.
As if the challenges of being a student athlete weren't already enough, Carolina wanted even more from her UCLA experience.
I came into UCLA, I made the rowing team, and I just wanted to find that major that was for me, just one, and stick with it. However, the major I was looking at, you needed levels up to level 6 of a language.
I met Carolina when she was a freshman, and I remember actually when she tried out for rowing. And so at the same time she was trying for the team, I was actually, how to put it nicely, working on her to at least do a minor in French and, if possible, a double major, because I could see she was really good. She's got a natural talent for languages. She already speaks many languages. She's not bilingual, she's polyglot.
I grew up speaking Italian and Polish and English, and I wanted to pick up French. So I started taking these classes, and I found out that I loved it.
And I think that led her to decide that she wanted more than a minor. She really wanted to really speak well French.
Yeah, I picked up French, and I thought, why not double major? I remember mentioning that to my coach and my teammates, and they're like, no, you don't understand what you're getting yourself into. Like, are you not overwhelmed already? Yeah, I'm overwhelmed. Who isn't? Every student athlete here at UCLA is. It's part of the process. We're student athletes.
I've spent hours in hotels trying to study for my chem midterms, You have to talk to your professors before you travel, make sure that they know you're traveling, Make sure you know what you're doing while you're traveling. Talk to them and say, you know, I'm missing these days. What can I do to make this easiest for you and me?
You can do both, succeed in both, and even double major. I'm a double major in geography and in French.
Double major means you have a lot of work for anyone. So I would say it's the same for student athletes. They don't have much time, and so double majoring is actually exceptional. I think it's unbelievable that Carolina can do both.
And I'm there to represent, like UCLA athletics, that it's possible to do it all.
But doing it all has not been easy.
If they're good at time management, it's absolutely doable. There are plenty of hours in the day, and for somebody like Carolina, there's just no doubt in my mind that she can handle all of it.
I'm, for the most part, always studying. Even if it's like 5:30 in the morning on our way to practice, I have my little light on the bus.
You use the breaks that you have between competition or between practice in order to study. And you're not gonna sleep or watch TV instead. You're gonna study for your midterm that you have next week or the day you get back.
And so you have to try to squeeze it in there and really try to find time to prepare for that quiz you're gonna have in a couple hours once you're done with your 15K morning row or whatever for the morning.
You know, there's a certain athlete that has discipline. And those athletes tend to be really good both on and off the water. And Carolina's just one of those.
Carolina is a perfectionist. She wants to do her best, and I think that's probably number one, is to understand that you want to do your best in your sports, but also in academics.
I think there's 2 or 3 athletes on the team that are just, you know, straight A students, and everybody is sort of in awe of them. And even if they don't want to double major, when you see somebody who's successful in the athletic arena and just crushing in the academic arena, you realize it's possible to do really well at both, and that they should be doing, you know, not just passing classes, but doing well in classes. So she's always a mentor like that.
The academic arena isn't the only place she's proven to be a role model.
She's a small rower. She's a lightweight rower, but we don't have a lightweight category, so she rows in open weight. So she's racing girls that are 4 inches taller and 40 pounds heavier, and she's able to compete. So I think she also motivates the athletes that aren't, you know, your typical size rower. Carolina exemplifies that just being fit and feisty and again disciplined is really what it takes. It's not about how big you are, but you have to be super competitive and super hardworking. She has a natural feel for the boat. She really does a great job of both getting the boat going and keeping the boat going, which is where her talent comes in.
And they came from non-traditional sporting backgrounds. Carolina Paini, a ballet dancer, Natalie Petty, an internationally ranked Irish dancer. They're certainly figured out the rowing part, though, because they continue to be in the lead over Michigan.
I actually did ballet before in high school. That's usually why I'm in stroke, which is the girl in the front, setting the rhythm for the boat. Thanks to ballet, I can really, you know, feel the water push through. I can feel it in my body. And then the rhythm, just thanks to ballet, I can just keep that.
Success has not come without its drawbacks.
My biggest sacrifices, I would have to say, I think not being able to see my family as much. I don't live too far from here.
So Carolina and I are both from Orange County. So we only live an hour away, but we don't often get to go home. We have morning practice 5 days a week. 4 of those days we have practice in the afternoon as well. Your weekends start Saturdays at 1 p.m. It's just not really possible to make weekend trips.
So I definitely have had to sacrifice the time with my family and my friends.
It's all paid off. Aside from her success at UCLA, Carolina has also represented the United States in the under-23 category.
I think that everybody takes a lot of pride in the fact that a UCLA rower is representing the USA. I understand the pride of representing your country. I was able to do it many times, and I always try to encourage athletes that I see have that potential to try to follow that path. For me, going to that next level in our sport is such an amazing experience, and it's something that, you know, Carolina and anybody who's ever done it will remember their whole life. I mean, the minute you pull on a UCLA uniform, you're transformed forever, and the minute you put on a USA uniform, you never forget that.
To row for a school, to compete for such a high level of athletics is an incredible opportunity, and I've never been so proud to represent a school. I've never felt that before, and just to be a proud Bruin is amazing.
So what has she gained from her UCLA experience?
I have to say that I'm going to take away the ability to time manage, also the ability to focus my efforts and block out anything else in whatever I'm doing. I think that's a huge thing that I've learned is while I'm out on the water, just to think about rowing, to think about every stroke that I'm taking, to think about the catch, to think about the finish, to think about the fact that all the girls are pulling so hard right behind me. And then when I am in the classroom, to not think about the fact that I have like a 2,000 meter test, later that day out on the erg, that I have a test right now in class that I'm taking. I think that's one of the biggest skills I can take away, and is going to be an awesome asset to have in the, so-called real world.
These skills are sure to help in her next big endeavor.
I have applied to law schools actually right now. I just finished all those applications and I took my LSAT in December. I'm waiting here to hear back from the schools and we'll see where I get accepted.
So what makes it worth it?
I think just the honor of when I do graduate from here in spring in 2014 to have, a double major and to say that I was a student athlete for UCLA. That's what it's all worth it. It's for the name and the experience. It's a title in itself, and I do not regret it. It's all worth it for sure.